1.5.
You have a nice yellow shirt on. Oh.
Good morning, Facebook. To all of those who are watching or who will be watching, my name is Brittany. I am with True North Beauty, and I am so excited to be coming to you today on the lunch hour or whenever you end up watching this. I have the pleasure of having someone join me today, and this someone, she and I chatted, golly, it's been a little while ago, and we keep chatting. So Facebook and anyone else who's watching, I would like to introduce you to Blanca. Good morning, Blanca. Actually, I guess it's afternoon, maybe wherever you are.
Yeah, it's all right.
Ish. I'm West Coast-ish time, so okay. Everybody.
Hey, Facebook people.
Good morning, Blanca. Thank you for joining me today and taking a little bit of your time this morning / afternoon to chat with our Facebook fans.
No problem, Brittany. You know, I always love to chat with you about beauty stuff.
You know, Blanca, I tell people that one of my very favorite things is when you send me pictures and here's my makeup, here's without makeup, here's just freshly washed. It gives me the biggest smile that I get to have those pictures pop up randomly.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you're smiling and not like reporting me.
So what we want to chat about today is beauty chats or our beauty chats. So Blanca is somebody who knows True North Beauty inside and out. She probably knows it as much or better than I do, has literally been with the company as a consumer from, we could say the dark ages, because you have been from the very, very get-go.
Yes, from the beginning, from the experimental stages down to the final product and what Heather has out today.
Yeah, which is really fantastic. It's a true testament to the product and to the process that Heather has, that you still have the products.
Yes.
So as many of you know, or maybe some of you don't know, we have recently launched what's called Beauty Chats, and that is it's a free personal one-on-one session with yours truly. We do it over Zoom, so we find a time that works for both you and I, and we chat. We chat about the products, we chat about your skincare routine, what's working, what's not, what you want to see as far as improvements. And Blanca and I had the opportunity to do this beauty chat, which I think, Blanca, you said it was over a month ago already, if I remember right too.
Yes, it was probably a little over a month ago because it was right before I got married. So.
Yeah. No, it was your 2-week anniversary. That's what it was.
Okay. Maybe it was.
Yes.
I've already forgotten.
You're at the honeymoon stage. So Blanca, what as somebody who has been with the company for so long, did you think that there would be benefit to doing the beauty chat, to having this conversation when you already do know so much about the product? Did you think that there would be any benefit to doing it?
I wasn't sure because I've used her product from the beginning. I wasn't sure, I was like, well, okay, so what, let's see what we're going to talk about, right? Or what could, Brittany help me with? But what I did know, and is why I did it, is because I wasn't using the full line. Like I wasn't using the eye cream and I wasn't using the serum. I had just purchased both of those items like a few weeks prior to us talking.
Yeah.
So I was interested to see what you had to say about that. And I was really pleasantly surprised about what we talked about, what my concerns were, and how you told me to use those additional items and everything else.
So in the end, yes, beneficial even to somebody who knows things. So, let me just talk about your glow for a hot minute. Like, really. And I've had the opportunity to talk to 2 friends, both of whom have said, I just want to have skin like Blanca's. I just want the glow that Blanca has.
That's nice. They're my friends. I pay them. No, the serum really did the trick. I think what we had talked about was like some dryness that I had around my cheeks. And then my eyes, how I would with my allergy seasons, how my eyes I would always wake up with some dry patches.
Yes.
And we can talk about the tips that you gave me.
I mean, if you want to, we can. What
Mhm.
I note is that, so yes, these beauty chats are very personal to you. I don't have a box of or a list of boxes that I'm checking. Now, make sure we've covered X, Y, and Z. It really is very personal to exactly what your concerns and your questions are. And yes, in your case, Blanca, having some of those allergies and those dry cheeks, then we direct that conversation and move it towards those to that area that you're concerned about, not just, overall general knowledge.
Right.
Um, and so now you've been doing the serum, you've been doing the eye cream changes, positive
Yeah.
changes.
So my concern was I have a little bit of melasma on my top lip. And that's just really for anybody, it's just hyperpigmentation, right?
Yep.
And then some age spots. I'm 50. I've got some age spots. And so the dryness though was really starting to create like a lot of like, I don't know, like I guess crepey skin. Is that what people call it?
Yep. Yep.
So, yeah. So you're with the chaga that I'm sure you continuously educate people on, I really seen a difference. I have to be careful, SPF, all that, because all of that will, highlight and make it a lot darker if I don't use SPF and get too much sun on my face. But it's really created in the morning. So your tip was use the hydration cream and then the serum at night, right?
Yep.
And I couldn't believe the difference just on the first night. The next day, my face was still clean, fresh, glowy, and not like oily looking or dewy. And I think that's what some people are a little bit afraid of with some of the True North beauty products, with the cleansing oil and then the serum. It's like a little bit of an oil type of thing.
Overload.
Yeah. So that's the first difference I noticed was that clean looking skin, right, first thing in the morning.
Yeah, that dewiness that you can carry over even if you do. We have a lot of people that are once a day face washers. So say if you can do it in the night, get that serum on. Sometimes we can carry it over for the remainder of the day.
Right.
And as long as you're getting it right, because that serum's got the biggest punch with chaga. I mean, when we look at that, and I think I've explained it to you and probably everybody else, when we look at what chaga does, and then we look at the ingredient deck of all of the products, chaga is number one in the face serum. So when you want those benefits from the chaga, like helping with the melasma, that's going to be our biggest powerhouse and biggest defender against that. So I'm excited to hear that even just after the first night, you notice that change.
Yes.
So Blanca, you had recommended 2 friends because you either our beauty chat was so successful, or you just are the world's greatest super fan, maybe a combination of both. But for two of your friends who hadn't used it, or who've been, I think we had one who hadn't used it and then one who had some experience with it. But beauty chats, we kind of, for longtime users to new users, beneficial. And I think you are probably the biggest proponent of that they're beneficial for everybody across the board.
Right. And what I tell a lot of people is, so my 2 friends that did it, Erin and Melissa, I've given them, beauty boxes. And then most recently I gave my friend Karen, who isn't on social media, and I gave her a beauty box, and she just ordered and she's like, oh my God, I love this stuff. And I don't really talk things up really. And if you know me really well, I don't talk things up. I don't really, unless I really love it. Yeah. So that goes for anything, so I told them, get with Brittney. Like, yeah, you can get some information from me. Oh, how do you use acid? But, she's the professional. You're the professional. You're the one that knows skin and understands, the ingredients a lot better than I do. But I really encouraged them to do it. And I said, you're going to get something because I got something out of it. And I thought I knew a lot of what I needed to know about, the beauty products. And one of the things I always talk to people about is how simple it is, because I don't have time with all the different steps. I don't have 7 minutes and not because it's just, I don't want to deal with it. I want to be able to wash my face. I want to be able to put some cream and be done.
Yeah.
And
that's the thing, right? The most you're going to have is a 4-step process. We have more than 4 products, but the most that you'll have in one process is 4, which is, cleansing, eye cream, moisturizer, and if you do a scrub, that would be a 4th. But the scrub is not daily. So it is, to your point, it is so simple and so easy, and that was by design. And that's one of the things that we go over is that we purposefully want this process to be simple, because as women especially, it's hard for us to divvy up our time, and it's hard for us to balance the needs of ourselves and our skin with everything else that we've got, right? I mean, everybody wants a little piece of us, which I suppose is a compliment, but sometimes it gets overwhelming. So if we can have at least this skincare routine that provides us massive benefits, and makes us feel and look our best,
right,
and keeping it simple, win, 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 win.
Exactly. And it's one of the reasons I talk about it so much. But I think you and I talked about this, I'll have a couple other products that I'll use from some, another line that I won't, name here. But I always use True North Beauty as my core. And then in times when I have kind of lost my way, I end up coming back. And that's exactly what happened with you. Like right before my wedding, I said, I want to have clean, glowy skin. I want my makeup to look good. So I started to use the True North for like 3 weeks right before. And it was a complete difference, So, and then, in the summer, you can change it up. And that's what I love about the products too. And I tell people, you don't have to use it. You don't have to use this product or that product, but, you can find what you like and what works. And it's easy. You're not having to pick from, 20 different items.
We had one of the conversations I had with someone was, just how do we use the products? What is the proper way? And, when you do something so often, you kind of get in your head and you assume well, everybody knows how to do this, and this is just universal knowledge.
Right.
And what's been fun is having some of these, for me at least, having these conversations is, oh, that's how I'm supposed to be doing it. Okay. And then hearing, oh my gosh, it's making such a big difference just by changing this one little thing. Or, and to your point, I think when I chatted with Phoebe, who we did a Facebook Live with, she's had some concern about breakouts and acne and wanting to go with the quote unquote, what we call the big guns, right? They're really harsh, heavy chemical stuff to just, because we think sometimes the harder we treat it, the better we're going to, get. And to your point, I told her, so we're gonna take the big guns out, because the big guns just, sometimes you need them, but not often. Let's get back and get simple. And Phoebe's noticed a huge difference also, that when you come back to just that simplicity in that core and the basics of chaga and some of the other wonderful ingredients that Heather's mixed, you see a difference. And we don't have to be crazy and heavy. And that's, those are some of the things, yes, that we'll go over during those beauty chats. And it's nice to hear it as a reminder, I think.
Yes. And it's important, I think, too, as women, especially, we want, quick results. We want to have it tomorrow. But part of the process is some consistency. You have to be consistent. That's with everything, it's just creating the habit. Yes. And, now, I don't go to bed without washing my face, some of that cleansing oil action. And and it's like just 10 minutes for me, and, to kind of calm down from the day. Yep. And it's just, the benefit is I wake up the next day and I'm like, oh, look at my skin. It's so great. And even if I can't, like you mentioned, some customers are, 1-a-day washers. So I can run out and not worry about, does my skin look, ruddy, or can I, does it look like I just slept, in my pillow face down, and I'm waking up and I'm running out.
Yes. Right. And so, I don't know, like, Blanca, you're in New Jersey. I'm not sure what their mask mandate or not is. I know here in Idaho, we never had a statewide one, but my city had one, and we don't
Mhm.
have that anymore. So for those of us who are kind of coming off of wearing masks, right, beauty chats are a good opportunity to learn about some of the products. There's so many of us that got that mask knee, and
Yeah,
uh,
yes.
also, I mean, the thing that I have to watch now is my facial expressions because everyone can see them without
Oh,
my now.
girl, that's my lifelong problem. I just, I'm like, okay, it happens.
Tell me.
Yeah,
Um,
people I think can even see it over my mask, like my eyebrows. I'm like, oh, like, yeah, so I've given that up.
well, so I'd say yes for those of us who are coming off and wearing masks daily, yay, and kind of getting back to a version of normal. There are some things that we can do to help some of these breakouts. And as your face starts to see the sun and the world again, we need to remember to keep that safe and protected too, especially moving into summer, right? Summer is a whole nother ball game with skin and protection. And for those of you in more humid climates in the summer, sometimes that means we change things a little bit.
Right.
For those of us in the drier climates, I just came back from the mountains yesterday. Um, and while it's great and glorious, constantly putting sunscreen on, this
Right.
morning my face is ready for a little additional love. And
Right. Right.
thought was scrub. It's time for a scrub.
Right. And that
Uh,
scrub is so good.
isn't it glorious?
Oh, I love
So
it.
yeah, so those are, all of these kinds of things we go over in the beauty chats. And even Blanca, I mean, somebody like you who is a complete expert in it. Whether you've used it, you haven't, maybe you've heard the word chaga, maybe you haven't. It's a good opportunity to sign up. So I think, probably the easiest way, go to the website, truenorthbeauty.com. There's a tab up at the top, beauty chats. Click on that and it'll give you it sends you to a link for the calendar. Pick a date and a time that works for you. We schedule 30 minutes, and from anywhere. I mean, Blanca, you were in your car
Yeah, I
and we
was
were ours, yes. And we had,
not
I mean,
driving. Let's
not
just
driving, no,
not
pulled over.
driving. I just parked.
We got on earlier and you're like, I just need to come back in 30 minutes or 15 minutes, and it worked. We navigated some technology. I am not an expert in technology, but darn it, we made it through.
Yes, we did.
Literally anywhere at a time that works, a time that's convenient. And even if you're somebody like Blanca who has used it products forever, there is benefit in signing up. And if you have thought about ordering any products, if you haven't seen the sale that's ending today,
Sale.
huge sale, 20% off of everything, which is huge.
Yeah.
No, you just get it. Happy holiday,
Right.
happy Memorial holiday. That's a huge discount, and a great way that if you've considered trying it, if you've been trying it and you want to bump up to the full size,
Right.
make that order today.
Right. And I also want to point out too, the product, the longevity of the product lasts. The solid cleanser lasts. I mean, at least I use it every morning. It lasts probably 6 months.
Yeah.
It's easy to travel with. You don't have to worry about the liquid, restriction on the airlines and things like that. I think, the scrub lasts a long time. And I think the only thing I buy in multiples is that hydration cream.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only time I really buy. Maybe I probably buy it 3 times a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And those products they're designed to last a good 3 months, which is a really long time. I mean, I always look at other product lines. When I was working for the dermatologist ages ago, everybody has their use this many pumps and your will last this long. And Heather has clarified things and made things so easy that yes, your legitimate 3 to 4 pumps of hydration cream, and it will legitimately last about 3 months. And
right.
it does. I mean, I think I'm just finishing up my second solid cleanser, and I have been doing this for 2.5 years. That's a long
It
time.
is. It is. And the sponge, I should have brought it. I should have brought it down. I don't know if you have the sponge. The sponge, people, is ladies. The sponge is fantastic. And it's not just for ladies. It's for men too.
It's for everybody.
Yeah. Can you see?
Yeah. So this is called a konjac sponge. It's a root vegetable called the konjac vegetable. It's fantastic. And one of my very favorite things is, a lot of people will scrub too hard because we think the harder we scrub, the better. Once you get this wet, it gets like literally spongy. It is just the right amount of exfoliation without over exfoliating and irritating your skin on a daily basis. So yes, it comes with a solid cleanser, and solid cleansers were designed purposefully for ease for women and men who are washing with their Dove soap bar. And
right.
That's one of the conversations I've had. I just use the soap in the shower. Excellent, but we're going to give you a good soap.
Right.
We're going to make it a healthy soap. Blanca, any last words that you want people who are thinking about it, or just, I don't know if I have the time. I've got a conversation with somebody on Friday. We had a little mishap and had to reschedule, but since I was traveling, and I said, I'm certain you don't want to see my husband and child in the car in the background. She said, until camp start, I'm going to have kiddos running around. So again, anytime, anywhere. For me, it doesn't matter who's in the background. I did one with somebody. She was in her closet. If you need to hide in the closet,
whatever works. I would say do it. I think we spend a lot of time. At least sometimes I will, overthink something.
Yeah.
And I think we tend to overthink things when they're for ourselves. So I would say just do it. It doesn't, even 15 minutes. Brittney will give you a 15-minute, lovely, informative session that will leave you wanting to try the products. I say just go for it. I mean, Heather has guarantee, right? Like a return policy, money. I don't want to like it or whatever, which right. I can guarantee you that you will love it. So
yes. And there's no cost to the beauty chat to you.
No cost.
There is no obligation for you to buy. You don't have to. You can just say, great, I hopefully learned a little bit, and thank you, goodbye. We think that you're going to want to try the products, and fairly that you will, but there is no obligation. There is no commitment other than just find a little bit of time and let's have a conversation about it. That's it.
Right. Yeah. The only commitment is to yourself.
Yes. Which is a pretty darn good commitment, especially if you've got kiddos at home in summer.
Right.
Let's kick the summer up, right?
Right.
Good.
Let's prep the skin.
Prep the skin and prep ourselves.
Right. Exactly.
Blanca, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It was good to see your smiling face in person
again. As well. Thank you with your nice bright and yellow shirt.
Summer's here.
Yes. I'm going to come visit you. I'm not sure how.
I saw you were traveling. I may come visit you because I'm going to be headed that direction. Did you go to Niagara Falls this weekend?
I did go to Niagara Falls this weekend. Yes.
I'm going to be there over the 4th. So.
Are you?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. En route to Maine. So I get to spend a week in Maine. And
well, you're going to Maine. I'm trying to figure that out. My friend Melissa and I are trying to figure out how do we get to Maine.
You jump in the car.
How can we figure this out? Right. Yeah.
Close enough. I know. Find a place, and I think Maine will be pretty busy this summer as we're all getting back to normal. And
I love Maine.
Head to Maine, get your travel, get your beauty box, and the travel size is excellent. But we will let everybody go for now. And again, Blanca, thank you so much.
Thanks, Brittney. Everybody, 20% off. Go get your sale on. Go do some shopping. Do it.
Do it for yourself. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, Brittney.
Bye, Blanca.